Hey guys, Jimmy Osborne, mobile mechanic here. Figured I'd give you guys a quick insight on a '03 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Probably a lot of the same years, close to the same years, or probably around this, probably the same design. So this is actually the first fuel pump I've put in a Grand Cherokee. So not gonna go into quick, a lot of detail on what tools I use, but I'm gonna be quick with the video and show you where the bolts are and how to get it off, get the fuel pump out because. I don't know if you're like me, but when people are rambling in their videos for like 10 hours for a 15-minute job, it kind of aggravates me. So I'm going to give you the quick, the general idea, and we'll get you guys going. So, all right, so first thing you want to do is make sure you disconnect the battery. That way you're preventing any kind of arc or anything. So disconnect one terminal off the battery and make sure that you don't get the battery cable close to the terminal because it can actually like fall back on it and you've got juice on the car again. So bend it out of the way, hold it, tie it, secure it with a zip tie, whatever you want to do. But anyways, first thing you want to do after that is make sure that your Jeep is almost out of gas. It makes it a lot easier to lift the tank, to pick up the tank, to drop it, because most of these fuel pumps in newer cars are under the back seat. A lot of people don't know that, but they are. And on these SUVs, you know, I guess 15, 20 years old, not going to be that lucky. So I've actually raised the back hatch just to make sure and check the spare tire compartment to make sure there wasn't an access hole, and there was not. So, anyways, you've got, let's see here, some different bolts here you're going to be dealing with. This one I believe is an 18 millimeter, and you're going to be dealing with some little retainers. Here we go. So these little retainers actually hold the fuel pump. It's actually a pretty cool design. It's a shell, you know, the whole pump. So you don't have bands to deal with, and that's pretty nice. If you guys have dealt with gas tank bands, you know they suck. So you don't have to deal with those, sorry. Let me get this camera up a little better, but anyways. So there's your little snap pins. The middle just pulls out. So you wedge a screwdriver in there, pull down on it, then you can pull the whole thing out. There's going to be 3 or 4 of those. And then you're also going to have some bolts around this heat shield or gas tank shell, however you want to call it. So you got, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bolts of the 18 millimeter, 17 or 18 millimeters. And they come out. And you also want to make sure this wire here, it's got a little retainer. Just grab that and wiggle it out, pull it out. That way it gets loose. Then you're going to have one really, really hard bolt to get to up here. It's like a 14 millimeter. It's up here under the sway bar. So it's right there. You'll take that loose. You're going to come back here to the back. You're also going to take, actually, before I get ahead of myself, make sure that you wait on these last bolts. These should be the last ones. They're the load bearing bolts. Take those loose last. So come around here. You're going to pop out these little bolts here. I believe they were like a, I think 12, 13 millimeter deep weld. Take those out. And those things are going to spin. The head of it's going to spin, of course, and not want you to get it out. So you're going to have to reach up in the back of it while you're doing this. And, well, this camera's zoomed in. Reach up in the back. Make sure that you get a wrench on that. And then I use my impact to get it off. So do that, and then you're going to pull this down here. You're going to have one hidden bolt there, or nut, sorry. Take this nut loose. Then you're going to be able to go around to the other side. So you're going to slide on over to the other side. And you're going to take these bolts loose from this heat shield, nuts, whatever. They have these crazy looking things. People have probably seen these before. It's like a retainer, holds it up there. Like that. Keeps it from spinning. So when you take it off, you don't have to hold it with the wrench. Sometimes they break and they're holding pliers. This one did not. These two did not. After you do that, then you're going to want to get a jack. A suitable jack. Try to get in the middle of the gas tank. I actually used a Harbor Freight transmission jack, which makes it a lot easier, less stressful. So I just put it in the center, and I use my impact because there's a 1/2 inch adapter for a 1/2 inch socket to turn this thing, to raise it and lower it. It's 450 pound capacity. You're not going to have any problems with it. It's really, really light. And actually, this is good news, but there was enough room to lower the fuel tank, which you have here. This is the fuel tank. There was enough room to lower it without taking the hoses loose. off of the top. So as long as you lowered it, it wasn't full of gas, it won't break anything. So you just want to make sure as you're lowering things that it doesn't have too much load on it, because that can definitely break it. So definitely want to make sure that you don't deal with that. Why my camera is going all insane. Anyways, hope this video turns out good and doesn't end up shaking through the whole time. I'm actually holding still, that's the camera doing that. But so anyways, after you take all those loose, you lower the tank down to a suitable level. Don't try to lower it all the way down, because you still have the filler neck hoses and stuff hooked up right here, you can see. So don't try to lower it all the way, because that's going to break something. Alright, so then you've got your wiring harness to your fuel pump, which is up here. It's up toward the front. You want to see it, trace it from the fuel pump. There's actually the fuel pump here. Trace it over there. You're going to have those little body clamps that are straight out of the pits of hell on those things, and they just do not want to come loose. I think they were invented by the devil, I don't know. But anyways, kind of pull it out of those holes, and then you've got a little red tab. You're going to pull up on that, wedge a screwdriver in there. I'll get over there so you guys can see that really quick, because that's kind of important for somebody that's never done it before. Alright, so find it. Alright, here we go. So you can see the red tab. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, now you can see the red tab. So you're going to pull up on this thing, the screwdriver, wedge it in there, pop it up, then squeeze, push, and then pull apart. That's what I always do with those. Same with fuel injectors or anything. It's really easy to get them off if you push and then pull. So after you do that, the rest is history. You unplug it, so you've got no more juice going to the fuel pump. You're going to unplug your lines. These actually look like snap lines, so you're going to push in and pull. Gas is probably going to spray, so you definitely want to be careful. Don't get your eyes around it. So, anyways, let me get some light. Make sure my light's all on up under the rest of the vehicle, so we're not going to mess it up. But anyways, these lines here, right over there where you guys can see it. Sorry, guys. I usually spray this whole thing with WD-40. Make sure that there's nothing really in here that can fall in the tank. Dirt, stuff, clean as you can. And I'm actually going to change to this one without dropping the tank all the way to the ground. You could take the filler hose loose, drop it all the way to the ground. I don't have time for that noise. So I'm just going to wiggle these things, twist them left and right, get them loose. And a lot of times they are a pain, but you grab the whole hose, just kind of spin it. Don't try to wiggle it because it can break, but just spin it and get it loose. You can actually see these little retainers here. Those are what's holding the stupid thing on. So you're going to push in on those. Alright, see these? I'm going to push in on these fingers and push down on them. And you can see that it made this top part loose. So I'm going to pull up on that. See it? It's coming loose. Just keep working it. Sometimes you might have to push it back in and do it again. There we go. There we go. And she just pops off. There's the fuel coming out. Alright, do the same thing to the other side. Oh joy. So I'm gonna give you guys a good video shot of that so that you can understand what I'm actually doing with my fingers here. Okay, you can see it. I'm gonna push in and out, kind of like I'm trying to push it out the other side. You can see it snap back in. It's going to do that. So, alright, there you go. See the fingers? Push them in and down. Just keep working them, and you can see it loosened up on the other side. And you're just going to wiggle this thing up. So I pull up on it. So I just push the fingers in, push it up, and then I'm going to pull it off. There we go. And if you had a healthy gas pump, or a gas pump, fuel pump, you're going to see that it's going to spray like crazy when you take these off because there should be pressure. This one actually has a bad check valve, making the Jeep have a long crank, so it's having to crank for a long time to be able to get it to start. All right. So after you do this, pull everything out of the way. You're going to take they make an actual tool for this. You want to be very careful, but you want to take a screwdriver or a chisel, kind of put it on these, kind of tap it gently, work your way around, turn it counterclockwise. You're just tapping on these with a hammer and a chisel lightly until it will start spinning. It's no problem. So I'm going to give you guys a quick shot of that, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, we're back again. Got my hammer. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver. Just give you guys a general idea. Set it right here on these grooves. And note to everyone watching, make sure you keep your electrical stuff as far away from the gas as you can. You don't want to spark. Alright, so all I'm going to do is set this in here and tap this until this thing starts to spin. Alright, be back in one moment. Okay guys, back again, continuing on this fuel pump. So you're definitely going to not want to use a flathead screwdriver on this one because it's probably going to be pretty tight. I have used flathead screwdrivers with a wide tip before to get it to break loose. This one, I wouldn't recommend doing it. If you're in a pinch, you probably could. Definitely don't hit on the same ribs. So like, you're gonna want to tap on this in a while, gently. Tap, 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 tap. Make sure you soak it down with WD-40 every few seconds all around the ring. Get it loose. Then you're gonna go to another one. Tap, 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 tap. Then you're gonna tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tap. So you're trying to get it moving, right? So you're trying to get it to start turning. Once you get it turning, I actually used a punch, right? So big punch, because the tip's more blunt. And it was actually, because the screwdriver, I noticed as soon as I hit it, it was starting to cut into the plastic, because the plastic was weak. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of tapping. It's going to be a lot of probably cursing. I don't know. It depends on your beliefs. But anyways, it's going to start turning. Once it starts turning, you've got it out. The battle is pretty much over here for the most part. So a lot of these fuel pumps are going to be a lot of different designs. The retaining ring. So some of these are metal and they're a lot easier and they just lock in. This one actually tightens like a bottle cap. So they make a tool for this, right? So they make a special gas tank or a fuel pump retaining ring tool. I have not bought one. Probably need to invest in one with the amount of mechanic work I do, but I just don't see a lot of these plastic gas rings. So, but anyways, once that happens, your fuel pump is loose and you're just gonna wiggle her out. There she is. There's going to be fuel leak everywhere. So you're going to make sure that. Also, you have a sending unit, so you're going to want to turn it at the right angle to get it out. Don't jerk the thing. You know, practice turning it different ways because there's a little arm. You can actually see it right there. See the arm? That's what you want to get out. So you want to make sure that trying to let some fuel leak back into this tank. Gas is expensive, right? But anyway, so you definitely want to see that your sending unit comes out without breaking and falling down into the tank. So I can just pull this thing out now. Spill gas all over the garage because that's what's going to happen. So there she is. So you just want to install your new ring, your new seal with the new pump. If it comes with one, some of them do not. Back in the grooves. Actually, this one might sit on the pump itself instead of in the groove. Yeah, maybe. So probably the same either or. So anyways, this thing, make sure you get it sealed good. Lube it up with some WD-40 or something before you put it back in the tank. There you go. See, it's sitting. But make sure you got it turned right. We'll see how this one's turned. Always look at something when you take it off, no matter what it is, before you take it off, because a lot of times it's like, well, crap, how did that go? And you're like, I don't know, you know. This one you can see that it's actually got big lip, so you know it goes in like this. All right, so but then when you do that, you're going to tighten this ring back up. I would tighten it hand tight, WD-40. Make sure that you install your fuel lines back on the fuel pump in the correct position, left and right, left and right. So make sure you don't twist those around as you pull them loose. Tighten this thing back up, and then give it maybe a few turns with the chisel. So like you're just setting it in here. Tap, 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 tap. It starts spinning. Tap, 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 tap. Even if you, just whatever you can reach. Tap, 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 tap. Spin it on there to where it's pretty tight. That's actually, you know, righty tighty, lefty loosey. But anyways, you get the idea. So after that, guys, whenever you turn your vehicle back on, you get the gas tank bands installed back. all that nonsense, make sure that you plug up your fuel pump connector. Don't forget about it because it won't have power to it, so your harness needs to be plugged back in. Then press the orange clip back in and put these little demonic anchors, plastic anchors back in. Turn your key on for a few seconds, let it prime, turn it off, turn it on for a few seconds, let it prime, fire it back up, should be good as new. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Like it, subscribe. Sorry about the amateur camera angles, and I'm just a Appalachian hillbilly, so my grammar's not the best. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Share this video. Hope it helps some guys out, some women as well. Thank you.